Oh, I see. Yeah, it died on the left. Yeah.
Okay, I think we're back.
Testing, testing.
Okay.
McCool sees us.
All right, good stuff. Sorry about
So
that,
does
folks. I don't
Captain.
know what happened.
Yeah.
OBS just freaked out a little bit there. We did pause. Judah the Jew did reach base to start things off in the top of the ninth, and we are back underway. No, not just you, Nospace. It was that was definitely something on my end. So a fly out to left will be out number 2. Another fly out to left will be out number 3. So nothing doing for the Apex in the top half of the ninth inning. And we'll see if the Aviators can walk it off or at least tie it up and force extra innings. It's going to be Rochka, the first out of the inning as a fly out to center field. Dunkin' Donuts will do just the same. So 2 outs. They're down to the last out of the Aviators, and Cole Kim will be the last batter of the game as a strikeout by McThumper does end the game. 7-5 for Indianapolis is the win. And that's going to do it for our first game of the stream. We won't spend too much time on the box scores, especially not the ones that we already watched, but we will take a look at the win going to Stun Gun, the loss going to Benny Sheets, and the save going to Kevin McThumper there in the pitching. And the player of the game will be Nate Nitro going 2 for 4 with 2 runs and an RBI. We'll head around the rest of the league, and Chadwick will take you through the first one.
All right, the Sloths will knock off the Sea Serpents. 7-2. Looks like a big 6th inning. 3 runs in the bottom there for the Sloths. And your big hitters were there near the middle. We got Vito, Lanalaki, Marcus, all 2 hits and 2 RBI. In the losing effort, not a player with more than 1 hit for Seattle. Pitching-wise, Johnny Quest gets the win, improves to 9-7. 8 innings, very strong outing. 8 innings, 2 runs. Gerd will get the loss, falling to 5-8. And there was no saves in the situation. And your player of the game, unsurprisingly, Johnny Quest.
Next up, the Raptors will defeat the visiting Demons 3-1, out hitting Detroit 7-4. A bit of an upset here in this one. Xavier McMagic goes 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run at the top of the Boise order, and Baker McTavish with 2 hits. On the side of Detroit, we have a 2 for 3 day for Larry B. Burnside with a RBI and a run scored. And then in the pitching, Hugh Mann will go the complete game of 8 innings, only allowing 1 earned run and 2 unearned runs, striking out 8 on 7 hits and no walks. They'll still take the loss, though, as Ovechkin, with the win, goes 6 innings, only allowing 1 earned run on 3 hits and 4 walks. Blizzy with the hold, and Kook will get their second save. And Hugh Mann will be your player of the game despite the loss. Oh, wow.
All right, yeah. We'll talk about this, but I want to let everybody know. Thank you to Captain. He's got a prediction up for our second game here. So prepare for that. Anchorage versus Florida, over under 1.5 home runs. So get those points on the line. Remember, you can cash in 10,000 points equals 1 million PBE dollars. But here we go. Toronto gets a riveting, I like it, a riveting walk-off as they, wow, look at that game. They fell down. Nashville scores 5 in the top of the 8th, but then the Pathfinder score 1 in the bottom of the 8th and then 2 in the bottom of the 9th to walk it off. And it looks like it was on a Brinkley run-scoring single that got the winning hit. Brinkley goes 2 for 5 with 2 RBI on the day. Pilsudski, up 1 spot in the order, also had 2 hits with 2 RBI for Toronto in their winning effort. Nashville, looks like they had a home run from Jones, 5th of the year, and an unfortunate losing effort there. The loss will go to Haito. What is that? I haven't seen that one yet. Haito Suyangi. Your winning pitcher, Cramlin, who improves to 3-2 on the year, and both starting pitchers got no decisions. Player of the game, Starscream, who was the starter for Toronto, who did have a strong outing, but only went 5 innings, allowing just 1 run.
All Right. No, we watched that one. Next up, the Providence Crabs defeat the Space Rangers here 5-4. Another walk-off in the bottom of the ninth with 2 runs scored in the ninth and 1 in the eighth. Kind of a weird coincidence there with those 2 games. But we have 2 hits and 1 RBI each for Fuse, Shiesty Jr., and Cool Crab. Let's see. Fuse was one of the ones that we were tracking for milestones, so they are 1 closer to 600 runs. Though they are not quite there yet, only need 3 more runs to do so. On the side of Lunar Base, a 2-for-5 day with 3 RBIs for Cali Alvarez. Lightyear will take the loss, Polis the blown save, and DeSoto will get the win in relief for Providence. And the player of the game is going to be Mano Wright, 7.1 innings, only 3 earned runs given up on 8 hits and no walks, striking out 8. And I just realized that I forgot to mention, we did have a milestone hit in the other game. Toronto's pitcher Starscream only needed 4 innings pitched to reach 1250 on the career, and they got 5 in this outing. So congratulations, Diesel Starscream, for reaching that 1250 innings pitched milestone.
Buffalo will beat New Orleans 4-2, but not in a walk-off, so it's a little disappointing. Looking at New Orleans, just 1 RBI from Case. But for Buffalo, OOTP Wizard going 2 for 3 with 2 RBI and a leading effort, including a home run in the 5th inning. Your winning pitcher will be Clifton, improving to 11-7 on the year. Losing pitcher Lycan falls to 2-14. Having a rough year, I'm sorry. And save by Choi, 5th of the year. Your player of the game, no surprise, OOTP Wizard.
Next up, we have the Voyagers defeating the Scorpions 7-0. Excuse me. Big blowout for the Voyagers here as they reach 5 straight wins. 12 hits on the day as well. Beef Rye goes 1 for 3 with 3 RBIs on the 3-run homer. And then we have a 3-hit day for O Cove, the DH. The Habs fan from Ontario backwards there. Moose picks up a couple of RBIs, and Slammer gets 2 hits for Death Valley. But they are the only one to have more than 1 hit on that side. Tsunami II will take the loss on the start for Death Valley, while Parco gets the win, improving to 15-6 for New York. And Closer will get the hold. Anthony Parco will be your player of the game. 5.1 shutout innings.
Let's see here. King Jr. shows off, hits for the cycle, as Cancun will hold on to beat the Vandals 7-6 with a run in the top of the 9th. Looks like that run was by Hayes. Or am I... No, something's wrong here. Bottom of the 9th. Oh, they got a run. I see what happened now. Well, that makes no sense.
Cancun's run was from Schmidt. Run scoring single.
Yeah, in the top there. So JJ Schmidt going 3 for 5 with 2 RBI. 2 RBIs also by Yosh and Rowdy there. Unfortunately, I went 0 for 3, but we won't talk about that. Pitching wise, let's take a look. We've got a win by Yates out of the bullpen and a loss out of the bullpen too for Vancouver. Rodriguez, and Neggs gets 14th save of the year. Player of the game, Dan King Jr.
Anytime you hit for the cycle, it would make sense that you're going to be the player of the game for that one.
Yeah, even in a losing effort. Yeah,
exactly. No games in the minor leagues for today, so we'll go ahead and advance the day for, so that's August 31st. September 1st is a travel day for the majors instead, so we will head to the minor leagues for our second streamed game of the day, that being the Anchorage Wheelers versus the Florida Flamingos. And the Wheelers are coming in as the third team, coming into today's stream as the third team in the power rankings, while Florida is fourth. Both teams are in the playoffs officially, and only 2 games separate their records at 58 wins for the Wheelers and 56 for the Flamingos. So a couple of teams that have been pretty close in terms of records and in terms of skill level, and you can see that in the head-to-head with 5 Flamingos getting the advantage over their Wheeler counterparts, 4 Wheelers getting the advantage, and 1 tie in that number 2 position between Sebastian Otage and D. Fernandez. It's going to be Guy Manuel Loire on the mound for the Wheelers, and Dizzy Stoner will take to the mound for the Flamingos. Any players that you're going to be keeping an eye on for this one, Chadwick? Any impact players that you think that the chat should be keeping an eye out for?
Yeah, let's see here. Well, I mean, what jumps out should to everybody is, right, the Wheelers' leadoff hitter, Shane Ziegler's got 26 home runs from a leadoff spot. That's quite impressive.
Okay, looks like we should be all set then. Prediction is, what was it, over, under?
Yeah, 1.5 home runs, and it looks like people are hammering the over.
Interesting. Well, you do have players like D. Fernandez, who's got 20 home runs, and Shane Ziegler, who's got those 26 home runs at the leadoff spot for the Wheelers. So, a couple of power hitters in the top halves of the order, and Sebastian Otage not too shabby either with 19, and Gianoulis Red Panda both with 18. It's there's quite a lot of home run hitters in both these lineups. So, 1.5 home runs. Not too bad of a bet to have at least 2 in this ball game, but we shall see. I'm going to be taking you through the first half of this one, and then Chadwick will take you through the second half as we head on into the Anchorage versus Florida Flamingos game, the second game of today's stream. Dizzy Stoner will be taken to the mound first to face off against Ziegler, Otage, and Gianoulis. And with the first pitch, we are underway. Shane Ziegler. A ball to Ziegler for the first pitch from Dizzy Stoner, and here's the second one. In play, but it's going to be caught by Southworth in left field for out number 1. Sebastian Otage strikes out, and that will bring up Gianoulis with 2 away and no one on. A quick ground ball to the second baseman will retire the side. Something I'm just noticing here, too. The Wheelers have 5 batters over 300 and 1 batter close to it at 294. So quite a lot of great hitters on the Wheelers. Makes sense that they are third in the power rankings here. Flamingos only have 3 over 300, but Sakudo, who just grounded out. Oh, wow, the impressive double play there. Unassisted double play by Gianoulis, the first baseman. Ends the inning. I was going to say Sakudo is well above 300 at 3. Well, now it's at 321, but they were at 322 before that double play. Fly ball into left field. It will be caught for out number 1 after Panda gets on board for the first at-bat of the inning. McNeely, though, grounds into our fielder's choice. Potentially had a double play potential there. But no relay throw. They do get the ground out from Smokey Bear anyhow, so it doesn't matter too much. So we head to the bottom half of the second inning. Only 1 hit so far in this ball game. There's the second one. It's going to come from Jimothy Jr. in the first hit for the Flamingos. Nash DeVille will draw a walk on 4 pitches. So now we have first and second for Lightning McQueen. Grounding into a 4-6-3 double play as cleanly as you draw them up. Wheeler's defense, specifically Ziegler, again, good work over there at second base with another quick ground out to end the inning. Top of the third, no runs scored. We'll see Wallace, Lee, and Ziegler do up. Wallace flies out to Southworth in left. Now Jordan Lee will fly out as well, it looks like, to the center fielder Johnston. Now Shane Ziegler will strike out. A quick 1-2-3 inning. Go the Wheelers. Top of the third is done, and the bottom of the third is just beginning. Riston, 43, and Johnston will be due up for the Flamingos against Lohr. Fly ball into center field, almost back to the track is Wallace. Make the grab for out number 1. Here's 43. Amy 43 with the third base hit of the ball game. Second one of the day for the Flamingos. And off for second, Amy is safe at second with a stolen base, their 8th of the season. And a strikeout by Dan Johnston will mean 2 outs with a runner in scoring position for D. Fernandez. Tough situation, and they aren't able to come away with the RBI. A quick ground out to short. And we're 1/3 of the way through the game, and only 3 hits total between these two teams. We head to the top of the fourth. Unders for the predictions starting to sweat a little bit as no home runs so far in this one. And 2 quick groundouts by Otaj and Giannoulis will bring up Pando with 2 away and no one on. And a foul ball into the corner in right will be pulled in by DeVille to retire the side. Top of the fourth is done. Bottom of the fourth, we'll see Sakudo, Jimothy Jr., and DeVille at least. Sakudo will strike out against Lohr, and now Jimothy Jr. will do the same. Back-to-back Ks for Guy Manuel Lohr. 3 strikeouts so far in the day, and 2 of them came from the last 2 at-bats. Nash DeVille grounds out to second, and that's going to end the half inning. A 1-2-3 inning, and we head to the top half of the 5th. La Rosa will get on board. That's going to be an infield hit, as 43 got to the ball, but wasn't able to make the play. But a quick 3-6-3 double play. Riston to Sakudo, back to Riston. Will be outs number 1 and 2 of the inning, not the ball game. On board is Bear, but Wallace flies out to the left, and that's going to do it for the first half of the ball game. Only 5 hits in the first half, and Chadwick will take you the rest of the way, starting with the bottom of the 5th.
McQueen, the DH, will lead off, and he's going to pop out to the shortstop, or the second baseman, sorry. Southworth is going to strike out. Quick 2 outs. And Riston will step up for the Flamingos, the 8-hitter. He's going to hammer one to left field, caught on the line by La Rosa. So we will go to the top of the 6th, 0-0. Lee, the 9-hitter, is going to ground out to short. Zeigler, the home run hitter, let's go. And no. Flies out in the gap in center right. And Sab Otaj, the DH, will fly out to right field as well. And this game is flying by, just 5 hits through 5.5 innings. 43, third baseman, is going to line out to his counterpart. Johnston's going to strike out. Now Fernandez, hitting .299 with 20 home runs, will step up with 2 outs, nobody on. It's going to ground out to shortstop for another routine inning. As we're 2/3 way through the game and we're scoreless. Top of the 7th, Giannoulis, the first baseman, is going to get a base hit. So now we got a runner on base here. So Red Panda has a chance. Red Panda will strike out. And now the left fielder, La Rosa, is going to draw a walk. And that'll give McNeely a chance to hit with the runner in scoring position. And he is going to get rocked. No, he beats it out. A great play to stop the ball. Saved a run. Bases loaded now. And we have another great play from the shortstop there. Get the force at home. 2 outs. Bases loaded for Wallace. And I have no idea what happened. That was so quick. What? Okay, I have no idea. Did he ground out there? The inning's over. My goodness. Secundo going to strike out. So, man, we had so close to a run there. Jimothy Jr., the catcher, is going to fly out to left field. And now Nash DeVille, the right fielder, is going to get a base hit to center. Now bring up McQueen, a chance of 2 outs, 1 on. It's going to ground out 4-3. Through 7 innings, we are scoreless, even though we came so close to the top of the 7th. Lee, the third baseman for Anchorage, is going to ground out 6-3. Ziegler, leadoff hitter, extraordinaire, is going to fly out to left field. And I'll leave it to Sabotage. It's going to ground out to the first baseman with the pitcher covering. And we have 8 hits through 7 innings, or through 8 and 7.5. Let's see here. Southwest's going to ground out. I'll bring up Riston, the 8-hitter. Going to draw a walk. So 43, the third baseman, going to draw a walk. So we got runners at first and second. Leadoff hitter Johnston steps up with a big spot, and he's going to ground into a fielder's choice. They'll get the lead runner. Runners at 2 outs, and it's oh! A warning track fly ball with 2 outs on runners on the corners. We'll go to the top of the 9th. We're still scoreless. Giannis got a ground out to the pitcher. Jashawn in the game pitching. Red Panda now is going to fly out to center field. La Rosa going to ground out to first with the pitcher covering. And we will go to the bottom of the 9th with a chance for Florida to walk one off. The heart of the order coming up. 3-hitter. Facundo is going to ground out to third base. Jimothy Jr. and the catcher. Step up and strike out. It's going to leave it to Nash DeVille. 2 out in the bottom of the 9th. He's going to whisk it off. That ball is gone. And we waited until the last at-bat of the game to get a run. And it's the most important run as Florida walks it off. So good job there, Nash DeVille. Hitting it off Abernathy. Wow. That's storybook stuff right there. So Jashawn will get the win out of the bullpen, going an inning and 2/3. Abernathy will take the loss, and of course your player of the game is going to be, obviously, it isn't. It's going to be Dizzy Stoner. Okay. I don't know. Having 7 1/3, giving up no runs is pretty good, obviously. But so did Laor. I don't know. I'll take issue with that, but that's okay.
Going around the rest of the league, we have the State College Swifties defeating the Bears here 6-3, out hitting them 12-8. 2 RBIs for Torres on the side of Brew City. For State College, 2 RBIs each for Andrews Jr. and McCringleberry, and 3 hits for Asaro. McChapperson takes the win for State College, 2 earned runs over 6.1. From the hold, Caspase the save, and Moore will take the loss on the start for Brew City. Chappie McChapperson will be your player of the game.
All right, before we get into this next box score, we need to talk about the savagery that just happened in this bet. 12.7 to 2.1 in terms of home runs over 1.5. Obviously, we only had 1 home run at the very last at-bat, so congrats to the people on the 2.1 side, because you just savaged everybody else of their points. That's one of the biggest gaps I've ever seen win, I think. But to get into the box scores here, the Kingpins are going to win 6-3 over the Dillos. For the Kingpins, top of the order, getting some work done. 2 for 5 for Essence, 2 for 5 for Blanco with 2 RBI. For the Dillos, a lot of hits at the top of the order. Right? 1, 2, the 3, 4 hitters all had 2 hits or above, but nobody below them could drive them in. So that was their downfall there. Heiderscheid's going to get the win, improving to 11-6. 6 innings of 2-run ball. Your loss is going to go to Salad. It's going to fall to 9-8. And then, what the hells? Is that right?
What the Heelys.
Oh, what the Heelys. Okay. I couldn't see the the font is a little small on the screen here. Gets the save with a 1 1/3 inning save outing. Your player of the game is Pedro Blanco.
Then next up we have the Ranas defeating the Firehawks 10-8. Ranas snapping their losing streak. I think they had a 8 or 9 game losing streak coming into it. So snapping it here with a 10-8 victory on the road. 3 hits and 2 RBIs for Archer. 2 hits and 2 RBIs for O'Slams. On the side of Puerto Rico, we have 5 for 5 Dave for Tex Justice Jr. with 3 RBIs, all singles, 5 singles for Justice Jr. And Quinn adds on 3 RBIs as well. Aria gets the win, Goodman the hold, and the loss will go to Biglet on the side of California. Tex Justice Jr. will be your player of the game and ties the Puerto Rico regular season game record for hits with 5.
Congrats. Yeah. Let's see, the Hepcats are going to beat Louisville 4-3 in some extra inning baseball. 22 hits between the two sides, but 3 errors by the Hepcats, but it didn't hurt them too bad because they win the game. For Kansas City, a 3 for 4 effort for Thriller, driving a run, and then 2 RBIs at the bottom of the order from Thompson and Mathers. For Louisville, looks like your leading hitter there was Bullworm, Alaskan Bullworm, going 3 for 4 with an RBI and 2 walks. So a solid day there. Your winning pitcher is going to be Ziegler. Proves to 5 and 8 out of the bullpen. That's a lot of decisions for a pitcher in the bullpen. And then Kevin Choate gets your save. Your losing pitcher is going to be Berger. It's going to fall to 8 and 6. Player of the game is Rick Roll. And I didn't see... Oh, Rick Roll is the starting pitcher for Louisville. Getting a no decision. Going 6 innings, giving up no runs.
That'll do it for the minors, and that'll do it for September 1st. So we'll go ahead and save, advance the day, and save again, and head right on into our next streamed game. It's going to be Brew City versus State College. Let's see, I think this might be... Okay, this is the second game. Brew City took the loss against State College yesterday, 6-3. So the Bears are going to be looking for a little bit of revenge here against the Swift Steeds. And they'll send Aaron Ford to the mound here to try and get that done. While O's Bones takes to the mound for State College, 6-11 on the season with a 4.88 ERA. Similar ERAs for these two pitchers. Dissimilar records, though. A losing record by 5 for O's Bones and a winning record by 1 for Aaron Ford. We'll see which... we're looking at who has more total hits by the end of the 6th inning. So we're seeing a lot of big hitters here. I'm kind of taking a look here. It looks like we have a couple of hitters over 300 for Brew City. McRoids and stuff. Chungus McRoids and stuff. 327 average. They are a big hitter in that number 5 position. Might be the one to keep an eye on there. And then we have a 293 hitter in Cod Ruru at the top of the State College lineup with as mentioned, Bones and Ford on the mound. Looks like the head-to-head is fairly close. It looks like mostly Bears, though. 6 Bears versus 3 Swifties and 1 tie. Any thoughts on this one, Chadwick, coming into the game? I think you'll be taking us into this the first half of it. So any or actually no, sorry, I'll be taking us into the first half, right? First, second, I was second.
Yeah, because I finished the walk-off, right? Yeah.
No, it'll be me. You should be first. Sorry. Yeah, you should be first. Yeah.
There we go. Sorry, we're a little on a holiday break too. We're getting back into
exactly.
This. Hitting wise, yeah. So you can see if you're looking at the prediction, it's even because I think there's no terrible hitters on this team, right? In the last game we saw, people hitting it below 200, but in this game, pretty much everybody's 240 or above. So there's no terrible hitters. So we got deep lineups. And so, yeah, this will be, I think, a close bet. So if you want to rage bet and try to win your money back that you just lost, that you just got stolen from you, and that, be careful, right? Don't rage bet. Don't get on tilt, as they say in the poker world.
I put 10 on tie.
There we go. Oh, I like it.
My cool is rage betting on tie.
That's not a bet. That's not bad. Yeah.
All right, you ready to take us into game, Chadwick?
Yeah, let's go. It will be Aaron Ford versus Bones.
Okay, that's good.
And Bones is going to face Rhino Leg to lead us off. That's in this game. And what just happened? Oh, there we go. We got some ads popping up on my end. I don't know. It's weird. I've never seen that before. Rhino Leg's going to fly out to left field. Houndstreamer is going to bang in a base hit to straight center. Now bring up Joseph Torres. Going to get another base hit. Houndstreamer will get to third and some great base running. And now we'll bring up Thomas Argent, the catcher. It's going to ground out into a double play. And they won't score the run from third. Some great defense by the Swifties, who will now bring up Ruru, the third baseman, facing Aaron Ford. We got a leadoff single to right field. And now Joy is going to step up. Adam Joy is going to strike out. No joy in that at-bat. Andrews Jr. going to hammer one, but it's going to be caught by the center fielder. And now McCringleberry, the first baseman, is going to watch Ruru get nailed at second on the stolen base attempt. So we're scoreless after 1. McRoids and stuff. Bloop one over to the shortstop's glove. And Dazen Guile is going to strike out. And the DH Patterson's going to step up to the plate. He's going to ground out to the pitcher on a fielder's choice. Is going to get the lead runner. McFish is going to hammer one straight at center field. And we are scoreless. As we go into the bottom of the second with McCringleberry. Gonna sky one to left for a routine out. Asaro, the second baseman, is going to get a base hit. So that will bring the DH Bugbaro. He's going to watch Asaro steal second. The bad throw will get him to third. Now, oh no, no sac fly there. Wellerman's got a chance to drive one in. 2 on, 1 on third. He's going to strike out. Some fast action there, but no runs. As Xavier Payne, the shortstop, is going to ground out to his counterpart. Now bring up the top of the order again with Rhino Leg. Gonna fly out to center. Houndstreamer got on base last time. Going to fly out to shallow center. And we'll go to the bottom of the third, scoreless, with Yuppie. Leading it off, leadoff walk. Now bring up the catcher, Nakrim. Norbid Nakrim. Oh, we got a pickoff. Sorry, I missed it. Yuppie gets picked off, Nakrim grounds out. Baru fly out the left. Bottom of the third, complete. We're scoreless. Torres, 3-hitter. Going to get a leadoff walk, and that's going to bring Argent, who's on a cold streak. Can he break out of it? Argent's going to watch Torres steal second. Now he's going to fly out to straight center. McRoids and stuff will have an opportunity to drive one in. He's going to strike out on a 1-2 count. And I'll leave it up to Dazen Guile, who's going to get a base hit, should score a run. Yes, the left fielder doubles it. Giles going to get the second, an RBI. Now Patterson, the DH, is going to take a walk, and McFish will have a chance to drive one in with 2 outs. And he lines out to first base. But Brew City takes a 1-0 lead. Adam Joy lead off the inning, flying out to center. Andrews Jr. will now hit one that's deep as no, it's gone. I thought the left fielder had a track on it, but no, we're tied. Andrews Jr. hits his 11th of the year. The Kringleberry's got 15 home runs on the year. It's going to whoop in a base hit. So now Sorrow is going to ground out to the pitcher. No, he beats it. Barrow with 2 on is going to get one in, and the bases are going to be loaded on the single. Bring up Wellerman with the bases loaded, 1 out. It's going to get one in. That's going to score 2. Wellerman drives in 2 with the bases loaded, and now Yuppie, who got picked off last time, is going to fly out to center, and that's going to get down to the catcher here, 9-hitter. It's going to strike out, but 3 runs by the Swifties take a 3-1 lead after Bruce City scores in the top of the 4th. Head to the top of the 5th where Xavier Payne is going to strike out. I'll bring up the top of the order again with a Rhino Leg. Going to ground out 4-3. And now Houndstreamer will have a chance to get some work done. He's going to ground out 6-3. It's 3-1 in favor of the Swifties, and it's time for some AJ.
All right, 3-1 lead for the Swifties. They have a chance to add more on here. Maru will ground out. A quick foul out by Joy will bring up Hayden Andrews Jr. And a bloop single into right. Andrews Jr. on board, and that's going to bring up McCringleberry, but a strikeout will end the inning. So Swifties get a base runner, but with 2 outs, they aren't able to do anything with it. So a 3-1 lead remains at 3-1 as we head to the top half of the 6th inning to see if the Bears can chip away at this 2-run lead. Torres, the first casualty of the inning, with a strikeout and a line out by Argent right to Raru at third. Nice play by the third baseman for the Swifties. And McRoids and stuff flies out. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for O's Bones on the mound. And we'll head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Asaro with a deep drive into center field. That's actually going to land on the warning track. And Asaro will be safe at second with a double. Barrow will get on board, and that's going to be an RBI single for Barrow, making it 4-1. And Wellerman is going to... What happened? What is happening? It was a bunt, but the throw was off target, so Wellerman winds up at first there. And a quick 6-4-3 double play takes him off the base paths anyway, as well as Yupi, and No Crime is going to ground down, and that's going to end the inning. Kind of a weird animation there, for, unless I was just missing stuff. But top of the 7th, 4-1 in favor of the Swifties. Bears need to start getting some runs here if they want to get this win. Guile will get a base hit. That's a good start for them, and that is a popped up to first baseman right to McCringleberry. And a quick strikeout by McFish will make it 2 away. Guile advancing to third on the single by Payne. And now Leg with runners at the corners and 2 away will ground into the fielder's choice to end the top half of the 7th inning. It's time for the stretch here at State College. And with a 4-1 lead, the home team is going to get a single from Raru to lead things off in the bottom half of the 7th inning. But a nicely turned 5-4-3 double play. A streamer to McFish to McRoids and stuff. Clears the base paths and allows for Andrews Jr. to be the final out of the inning. We head to the top of the 8th. Bears only have 6 outs left to get at least 3 runs. They'll start off well with a double from Streamer. Average improving to 298, almost at 300 there for Streamer. A deep drive to right field out of here. Torres is going to go yard, and the Bears are going to draw within a run. 2-run home run from Torres, their 7th of the year. And back-to-back they go! Argent goes yard with a solo shot to make it 4-4. Bruce City, with the first 3 batters of the inning, tie it up after being down by 3 runs. McRoids and stuff will fly out to left. Now it's going to be Guile. 1 away, base paths empty, a strikeout, and that's going to bring up Patterson, the DH. Hot hitting, 281 average on the season, but on the hot streak. A ground out to short will end the inning, but the Bears, with a couple of home runs, put up 3 here in the top of the 8th to tie this ball game up with only an inning and a half to go. Kringleberry will be the first out of the inning against Yogi Budweiser, and Asaro will ground out to be out number 2. Barrow grounds out as well, and a quick 1-2-3 inning. Budweiser making quick work of the Swift Steeds lineup, and we head to the top of the 9th. Will the Bears take a lead? It's going to be blank space. Pitching in relief here in this one. And a quick pop fly to McCringleberry will be the first out of the inning. Payne grounds that right back to Caspace, who throws on to first for out number 2. Now Rhino Leg strikes out on the full count. Bears go 1-2-3. Game tied 4-4. Will the Swift Steeds walk it off? They've got Wellerman, Yupi, and No Crime due up here. Wellerman with a fly ball into right field will be the first out of the inning. Now it's Yupi, the shortstop. Ground ball to third. It's going to be booted. An error. 3rd one of the game for the Bears. No Crime down the line and left. That's going to be a base hit. It's going to be a double for No Crime. Advancing to third is Yupi. And now it's going to be Raru with 2 runners in scoring position. Only 1 out. Deep drive to center field. That's going to walk it off. Cod Raru with a 2 RBI single. Technically only 1, because that's all they needed to win it. Both runners did come around to the plate before that ball even had the glove on it, but a 5-4 victory for the Swift Steeds as they walk it off against the Bears, taking the 2nd game of the set. The win will go to blank space in relief for State College after cleaning up in the 9th inning. Loss will go to Budweiser, who went 3.1 innings and gave up an unearned run, the last run needed for State College to walk away with the win here. Joseph Torres will be your player of the game, and that was a good day at the plate for them. 2 for 3, 2 runs and 2 RBIs with a walk. Big day for Torres. And what a day, what a day. We've had 2 walk-offs in back-to-back days on the stream. Already a wild and chaotic stream to start things off with only 3 games down. All right, Chadwick, we want to take us through this one?
Let's do it. My former team, the Firehawks, will win a thriller 2-1 with a walk-off hit by Deathridge. Deathridge will go 2 for 4 with the RBI, the game-winning RBI. For Puerto Rico, a 3 for 3 effort by the DH Barry in a losing effort. Your winning pitcher out of the pen, Conkling for California. Losing pitcher, Munn for Puerto Rico. And your player of the game is Ichabod Cranepool, which is one of the best names in this game. Going 6 innings, giving up just 1 run in a no decision.
And next up, the Lemurs get the victory over the Hepcats 5-2. Out hitting them 13-5. 2 hits and 2 RBIs from Neller Denstra on the side of Louisville. For Kansas City, a 2 RBI day for Shadynasty, going 1 for 4, and 2 hits for Ryan Lawrence. Garoppolo takes the loss. Mata gets the win, their 5th of the season. Porkman, their 2nd save, and Mata will be your player of the game. 2 earned runs on 6 innings pitched.
Let's see, we have some more extra inning action as the Dillos will beat the Kingpins 2-1 in 12 innings. Leading the way for the Dillos is their bottom of the order. Whirlwind, 2 for 4 in RBI. Shrew, 2 for 5 with an RBI. In a losing effort, we have no RBI, or just 1 RBI there by Blanco, the shortstop for the Kingpins. Pitching-wise, 2 good outings. Both starters went 6 innings, giving up just 1 earned run, but got no decisions. Your winning pitcher is going to be, and I haven't seen this one either before, Workst. I'll have to see what the unknown Workst. Okay, interesting. We'll have to get the story behind that. And then the loser is Farnsworth, who falls to 5-2. Your player of the game is the starting pitcher for the Dillos, Arcanum, who went 6 innings, giving up just 1 earned run.
Works is a bot, by the way. It's the meme of Reggie Rock noises. Do you play Pokemon?
Gotcha. All right.
All right. 1-0 victory for the Wheelers over the Flamingos. 7 hits apiece for these 2 teams. 2 for 3 day for Nash DeVille on the side of Florida. 2 for 4 day for Joey LaRosa on the side of Anchorage. With sole RBI coming from a solo shot by Ziegler at the top of the order for Anchorage. Green will take the loss, giving up that 1 earned run. And Fisher will get the win for Anchorage, improving to 12-6, going 8.2 shutout innings. Let them pitch the last out. Wheelers management, come on. Abernathy Jr. is going to get their 23rd save, though. Herbert Fisher will be your player of the game, of course, only allowing 7 hits over those 8.2 shutout innings. 1 out away from a complete game shutout. Just let the person pitch. My goodness. All right, that'll do it for the minor leagues, September 2nd. But we'll start off with Chadwick for the majors on September 2nd.
Yeah, now Buffalo's going to get a 12-6 win over the Raptors. Buffalo's got some nice RBI efforts here. Multi-RBI games from Monster, OTP Wizard, Mustard, Kyle, and Yabua. So very strong offensive effort for Boise. Player of the game's got to be Nakamura, right? Going 3 for 4 with 3 RBI, including a home run, a 2-run shot. So pitching-wise, the win is going to go to Schramm. Going to improve to 4-1 out of the bullpen. Tiny Chef's going to take the loss, falling to 2-16 with a 8.44 ERA. Brutal. Player of the game is Yeboah.
Next up, the Vandals will take an 8-0 victory over the Aviators here, 13-6 on the hits. Big day for the Vandals offense. 3 RBIs from Dan King Jr., who hit for the cycle. They're having a good couple of days here. Oatmeal the third. I should say hit for the cycle previously in the stream, not in this game, obviously, going 2 for 5. Oatmeal the third with 2 RBIs on 2 hits. And on the side of Outer Banks, we have a 3 for 4 day for Cole Kim, the catcher. But that's about it going on for the offense for the Aviators. Hangman takes the loss. Jerry Riggs will get the win. Their second of the season for Vancouver with 8.1 shutout innings. Probably could have let that pitcher go the complete game as well. They only had 93 pitches. So some management decisions today are off to a fantastic start. Jerry Riggs the player of the game, though.
Next up, the Sloths are going to defeat the Crabs 6-3. For the Sloths, Lawn Pipe's going to go 2 for 3 with 3 RBI. And then Vito is going to go 3 for 4 with 3 RBI. So home runs for Vito and both Lawn Pipe in that game. For Providence, Goose is going to go 2 for 3 with 2 RBI in a losing effort. Your winning pitcher is going to be Salberg, proving to 11-6. Your loser is going to be Daly. And Kimura is going to get their 9th save of the year in a 3-inning save. Player of the game, Big Vito.
We do have another milestone hit, too. 600 RBI on the career for Lenny Longpipe. They only needed 2 coming into this sim, and they got 3 in this one. So congratulations, Lenny Longpipe, on 600 RBI on the career. Pathfinders will defeat the Voyagers here 3-1, despite the Voyagers out hitting them 8-5. We have a 2 for 4 day with 2 runs and a RBI for Zach Johnson Jr., the third baseman, on the side of Toronto. For New York, a 2-hit day for Palidorus, as well as Cove, and a 1 RBI day for Beef Rye. Let's see. Okay. Crawford will take the loss for New York, giving up only 1 earned run over 5.1 innings pitched. And then the win will go to Side Duck, improving to 10-10. Maurer with the hole, and Toussaint with their third save. Side Duck will be your player of the game.
All right, next up, another extra inning affair. The Demons will get one over the Rougarou, 4-2. For the Demons, 1 for 5 for Granholm with 2 RBI. Burnside and Jolly getting RBIs as well. Burnside's with a home run, the DH there. The Rougarou, 2 RBI effort, 3 for 4 for Beauchamp Reyes in a losing effort on a home run. Your winning pitcher for Detroit's going to be Delling? And losing pitcher, Tentacone for New Orleans, falling to 3-7. Player of the game, Brian Eshelman Jr., the starter for the Rougarou, who went 7 1/3, giving up just 2 runs and a no decision.
And another milestone hit in this one. Stellan Apollo only needed 1 hit this stream to get to 1,000 on the career. A big milestone. They got 3 in this one, so their first hit of the ball game in this one is going to be hit number 1,000. They also got 1,001 and 1,002 in this one, so congratulations, Stellan Apollo, for reaching that big milestone of 1,000 hits on the career. Death Valley will take the win 4-3 over the Nashville Stars, 8 hits apiece for the two teams, 3 RBIs for Max Power, 3 hits for Rake Hard on the side of Death Valley. Big days at the plate for those two. Jacques Hammer and Steiner will both get 2 hits, with Steiner adding on an RBI for Nashville. Randall Jr. will take the loss for the Stars, while Lebowski will get the win. 7 innings, 3 earned runs, and Jones will get their 4th save. Jeffrey Lebowski will be your player of the game on the start for the Scorpions.
All right, the Toros are going to defeat the Apex 5-3. And leading RBI hitter for the Toros happens to be a guy named Chadwick, who went 3 for 4 with 3 RBI in the 9 spot, including a home run. A 2-run homer for Chadwick. Very good to see. Losing effort there for Indy. We got multiple players with multiple hit games. We got the Jew and Pico, 2 hit games and a losing effort. For Cancun, Montaigne's going to take the win, improving to 11-8. Neg is going to get 15th save of the year, and then Rove of the pitching variety is going to take a loss to fall to 7-13 for Indy. Your player of the game is Chadwick McGillicuddy.
Hey, congratulations. Sea Serpents in 11 innings will down the Space Rangers here 7-5. 17 hits for Seattle, the home team in this one, while Lunar Base gets 11. 4 hits for Knox and 5 hits for Babbitt Person. Then we have a 3 RBI day for Harley Quinn as well on the side of Seattle. For Lunar Base, a 2-5 day with 4 RBI for Allison Chains, and then 2 hit days each for Eminem and Buoyant. Benjamin blows the save, Polis gets the loss, and James will get the win for Seattle in relief. Bob Babbitt Person will be your player of the game. They tied the champions' regular season extra inning game record, both for hits with 5 and for doubles with 3. Congratulations, Bob Babbitt Person. And that will be the last game for September the 2nd. So we'll go ahead and save, advance the day, and save again. We have a quick sim on September 3rd, so we are going to keep on trucking with these box scores. And Chadwick will take us through the first one here.
All right, the Raptors will bounce back with a 2-0 win in a game that featured just 10 hits between the two sides. For the Raptors, only RBI of the game comes from Gonzalez Jr., who went 1 for 3. For Buffalo, no RBIs. So a rather low-scoring game. Pitching very strong. Your winning pitcher, Cruiser, goes 8 1/3, giving up no runs. Gets the win. Joe for Buffalo goes 7 innings, gives up just 2 runs and a hard luck loss. Burger's going to get their 10th save of the year. I don't know. Do we go with let the complete game, or is the save situation more important?
I would have said let him keep going at 92
All right,
pitches.
there we go. Your player of the game is Franklin Judge.
Yep.
Cruiser. There we go.
Vandals walk it off against the Aviators 2-1, out hitting them, not out hitting them, but Aviators out hit them 7-6, but they take the loss 2-1. Dan King Jr. I feel like I've been saying Dan King Jr.'s name a lot. Boy, is he on a hot streak. 2 doubles and a home run in this one. 3 for 4 with an RBI and 2 runs scored. Outer Banks with 2 hits from Okada Khan and Beckett Brooks. Ottav takes the loss, and Rodriguez will get the win for Vancouver, with Crash Jackson being your player of the game. 5 shutout innings, only allowing 2 hits and 4 walks on the day.
Let's see here. The Sloths will take a nail biter. There's another extra inning games. A lot of them today. The Sloths are going to score 2 in the bottom of the 10th after Providence tied the game in the top of the 9th with 3 runs. The Sloths were led by their right fielder. And this isn't, I don't know. I'm seeing new names today. I don't know why.
10-minute version.
10-minute version. Oh, I see it. Yeah, 10-minute version. Yes. 10-minute version. Going 2 for 4 with 4 RBI. It's got to be a home run in there. And there was a home run with a 2-run homer in the 10th inning. So that was going to be your game winner. So even more important, Fresca goes 3 for 4. As well for Providence, you got a 2-hit effort from Goose, going 2 for 4. Your winning pitcher is going to be Marvel. It's going to improve to 3-2. Somehow got a blown save. I just see how that happened. How do you get the win and a blown save and not give up any runs?
Inherited runs.
Oh, the runs must have been they were to Kamarura. must have had runners on, and he probably came in and gave up. Well, he didn't give up any hits. Well, this is bizarre. How do you get a blown save when you give up no hits?
Wild pitch?
No walks. Must have been an error.
There's a wild pitch.
Oh, a wild pitch. Oh, that would do it. There we go. There's your answer. A wild pitch, so gets the win and a blown save. Buendia falls to 1-4 in the losing effort, going 2/3 of an inning, giving him that 2-run homer. Your player of the game is going to be Pollo. The pitcher for San Antonio went 6 1/3, giving up just 1 run. But yeah, there you go. You don't see that often. You get a blown save when you give up no hits, no runs.
Did Nosbase look into the future there? Because Nosbase said 2 perfect innings, double streamer luck. Yeah, I think they were referring to Marvell with the 2 perfect innings. But they said that way before we had even gone to the box score, so I'm confused. Nosbase can see the future confirmed. Pathfinder's 7-3 victory over the Voyagers. 3 RBIs for Johnson Jr., 2 RBIs for Brinkley Jr. On the side of New York, 2 RBIs for Beef Rye. Payday V2 will take the loss, and Accept Your Welcome will get the win. With 8 innings, 3 earned runs given up, they will be your player of the game, allowing 9 hits but no walks. Nostradamus. I am scared of Nosbase now.
All right, Detroit's going to get an 8-5 win over New Orleans. For Detroit, Apollo, the third baseman, is going to go 3 for 4 at 2 RBI. We have a 1 for 3 game for Torres with 3 RBI. Must have been a home run. No, not a home run. Maybe a bases-loaded base hit there. For New Orleans, only RBI of the game. Come from 2 batters. You got Tulowitzki going 2 for 4, 3 RBI. Windsor's going to get an RBI in the third hole. Your winning pitcher is going to be Bader, improving the 9-9. And then Mitchell's going to take the loss, falling to 9-12. Your player of the game is going to be Stellan Apollo.
Next up, the Scorpions get a 6-2 victory over the Nashville Stars, each team with 6 hits. 2 hits and 2 RBIs each for Akuma and Kulik Warren on the side of the Death Valley Scorps. Vidal Valor Jr. goes 3 for 4 with an RBI and a run for Nashville. Cream takes a loss. Stryker Jr. gets the win, both on the start for their respective teams. Only 1 earned run given up over 7 innings for Stryker Jr. They will be your player of the game.
Right, Cancun is going to get a 2-1 win, even though the Apex scored a run in the top of the 9th. It was not enough in their comeback. Leading hitter for Cancun once again, McGillicuddy driving in 2 runs in the 9 hole. For Indianapolis, it's Nitro, the leadoff hitter, getting the lone RBI. Wayne Wheeler in 2/3. Again, this is the night where nobody wants a complete game. Complete games are outlawed. But Knock will come in and get the save for Cancun. Your losing pitcher is going to be Montgomery. He falls to 5-11 after not a bad start. And your player of the game is going to be Wayne Wheeler, starter for the Toros.
And last up for the majors on September 3rd, a 10-8 victory for the Space Rangers. So after 7 innings, this one was 5-2. And it wound up being 10-8. Okay, so wow, a total of 11 runs scored in 2 innings between these two teams. Late inning magic. 2 RBIs for Miss, 3 RBIs for Angel on the side of Seattle. For Lunar Base, 2 RBIs each for Morgan, Eminem, Chains, and In the Lake, with Morgan getting 3 hits on the day. Into Dirt with the win, Marston their 16th save, Cookie taking the loss, and Arthur Morgan will be your player of the game. I'll do it for the major leagues. So we'll start off with the minor leagues here on September 3rd.
All right, the Ranas are going to beat the Firehawks 9-6 in a game that featured 21 hits. For the Ranas, leadoff hitter Stern getting the job done. 2 for 5. 2 RBIs, 2 runs. That's setting the table. 9-hole hitter Quinn getting 2 RBI as well. For the Firehawks, Deathridge having a strong stream. 2 for 3, 4 RBI, including, let's see, a 3-run homer. And then a solo homer. So quite the game there in the losing effort. Maybe he's going to get your win 5-2. Shirazi is going to get the save. Your losing pitcher is going to be Viram, falling to 3-11 for the Firehawks. But your player of the game in the losing effort is Deathridge.
Next up, the Flamingos defeat the Wheelers 4-1, out hitting them 11-6. 3 hits for Sakuda with 2 RBIs. Nash DeVille goes 2 for 4 with 2 ribbies as well. Otage will go 2 for 4 with an RBI for Anchorage. Cove will take the loss for Anchorage, while Leah Squirrel will get the win for Florida. Deshaun takes their 7th save, and Ichiban Sakuda will be your player of the game.
All right, the Dillos are going to get a 4-1 win over the Kingpins. For the Dillos, a 2 for 3 effort for 2 RBI from the first baseman Murphy. For the Dillos, lone RBI from Honkball, the second baseman, going 2 for 4. Your winning pitcher is going to be Lieberth. A hold for Brett, a save for Mann. Your losing pitcher is going to be 43, falling to 8-7. And then your player of the game is the starting pitcher at the win is Lieberth.
Next up, the Lemurs narrowly defeat the Hepcats 2-1 here, out hitting them 10-6. 3 for 4 day for Erp Stevo, RBI for Hartman and Javier Franco, 1 apiece. For Kansas City, the sole RBI coming from McDowell, while Mathers goes 2 for 3. Legacy Point will take the loss on the start for Kansas City, despite a quality start. Next gets the win, a 5.1 shutout inning start, with 3 hits given up. Berger and Murphy get holds, Porkman their 3rd save, and next will be your player of the game.
All right, and another extra inning game here. Bruce City is going to get one over the Swifties. They scored 2 in the 11th. The Swifties only scored 1 in the bottom of the 11th in a losing effort. So quite an entertaining game for Bruce City. Let's see here. You got Rhino Leg going 2 for 5 with an RBI. Guile going 2 for 4 with an RBI. For Swifties, RBIs from Joy, Andrews, McCringleberry, Burrow, and Wellerman in a losing effort. As we look at the pitching, going to be Mantix is going to take the loss for State College. Your winner is going to be Pabst going to 6-3. Schlitz with the save, so it's beer beams all around. And then Hugh, Belong With Me, is your player of the game. The starting pitcher for the Swifties.
I'll do it for September 3rd, so we'll go ahead and advance the day to September 4th, which is also a quick sim day. But I think it's a travel day for both majors and minors, so we'll go ahead and finish that day off as well and head on into our next streamed game of the day, that being Louisville versus California. Louisville 51-48. They came into today's stream 6th in the power rankings out of 10, but still well and above the California Firehawks, who were 10th in the power rankings coming into this stream at 34-65. Currently the worst record in the minors. I don't know if are they officially out yet. They were on the cusp of it. They have been officially eliminated now. So the Firehawks are out, potentially looking to play spoiler against the Lemurs, who are still in it, but are they need their magic number is 2 to get into the playoffs. But Firehawks could play a little bit of spoiler here. We'll see if they do. It's going to be Jack Nitro on the mound. Not a great season for Nitro, 1-12 with a 5.58 ERA. Taking on Louisville's Starburns Glorbenspiel, 6-7 with a 3.52 ERA on the season. And you can tell it has not been the Firehawks season looking at those head-to-heads.
I don't think I've seen that before.
Just the clean sweep?
Yeah.
It's happened a few times. Rematch of last season's minor World Series, according to Captain SB. But yeah, not the greatest season for the Firehawks. But they have a chance to surprise everyone today with a big win against the Louisville Lemurs. And they've got some great players on their side to do it. Players like Daniel Archer going 296 on the season, almost 300. And then Hector Rocha and Tyler D. the Rage, or Deathridge, I don't know how that one's pronounced. Both of those above 270. Lemurs have 4 players, though, above 300, with Steve-O, Beatty Jr., McCannon, and McDaniel. What do you think, Chadwick, about this matchup? We have a prediction going. Which side of the prediction are you taking if you were to predict?
Oh, I think under 9.5 runs.
You think it's going to be a low-scoring game?
Yeah.
All right.
I think Nitro will have one of their best outings, just for the stream.
Just for the stream.
Yeah.
All right. Well, shall we see if that comes to pass?
We have no choice. We must move on.
It's true. We have no choice. It's kind of our jobs to see if that does. We can't just stop the stream here. It would kind of be against our jobs as streamers. But I'll go ahead and take us through the first half of the game, and then Chadwick will take you through the back half. It's going to be Jack Nitro on the mound, 1-12 on the season. We'll see if they can get their second win of the season, or if they'll get their 13th loss, or if they'll get no decision. We'll see. But they'll be facing off against Earp Steve-O, Beatty Jr., and Alaskan Bullworm for the first inning here in California. We are underway. Prediction is total runs over under 9.5. We'll see if this is going to be a slugfest or a pitcher's duel. And we are underway with a 2-2 count already. Jack Nitro dealing their 5th pitch to Earp Steve-O. It's going to be strike 3 against the center fielder. Carl Beatty Jr. will draw a walk on the full count. Already over 10 pitches in the inning is Nitro after only 2 batters. But caught stealing is Beatty Jr. at second. The arm from Newfan guns him down, and a quick ground out by Bullworm will end the inning. But quite a lot of pitches for Nitro in that first half of the inning. That's not does not bode well for innings to come. But we'll see if he can lower that pitch count, or limit the pitch count rather. Can't really lower it. Rocha gets on board, and Daniels is going to pop out. So it's going to be Daniel Archer flying out with a runner on first and 1 away. Now it's 2 away and no slams. Oh, that's going to drop. That's going to be an error on Beatty Jr. First a caught stealing and now an error, but nothing comes to pass from it. So still no score after 1 inning. But Beatty Jr. already not having the best of games. We'll see if they can recover, though. Josh Allen start things off for the Lemurs. It's going to be a fly out to the right fielder Archer. Base hit by Denstro. We'll get a runner on for the Lemurs. McCannon is going to watch as Denstro takes off for second and steals it successfully. Their second stolen base of the season. And McCannon gets on board. First and third. McDaniel with a base hit. That's going to bring home a run. It's going to bring home 2 RBIs for Shrimp McDaniel on the double. And a runner is still in scoring position for Hartman, who grounds out, but Diego Javier Franco is going to draw a walk on 4 pitches. Now we have first and second for Steve-O, but a strikeout will end the inning. Lemurs scored twice off of the double by McDaniel. They are up 2-0 against California as we head to the bottom half of the second inning. Newfan, the first casualty of the bottom half of the second, with a strikeout. Now Tyler Age, center fielder, is going to ground out to the third baseman, Hartman. Donovan Morgan strikes out, and a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Firehawks offense. Glorbenspiel looked very solid in that inning. Top of the third, Beatty Jr. is going to start things off with a single. Not gonna attempt to steal second there. Beatty Jr.'s learned their lesson from earlier on in the ball game. Bullworm gets on board, but that was a double play at third and second. Not one that you see all that often, but Josh Allen on board. A deep drive to right field. Neller Denstro is gonna go yard. A 2-run homer for the Louisville Lemurs doubles their lead from 2-0 to 4-0. Archduke McCannon will ground out to end the inning, but Louisville striking quick in the first 3 innings, already up by 4 runs. Matt Phillips, the second baseman, the number 9 hitter for the Firehawks, is going to ground out. Hector Rocha will do exactly the same. Both ground outs to the third baseman. So Hartman really earning the money over there at third. At the hot corner, Trey Daniels will strike out and that will end the inning. 4-0 Lemurs as we head to the top of the fourth. McDaniel will be the first out of the inning with a quick ground out to short, but Hartman will drill one up the center field. Up the center, out the center. I don't know where I was going with that one, but Hartman gets on board with a single. Javier Franco will fly out to right though. Now, strikeout by Steve-O does end the inning. We head to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Archer, Slams, and Zen due up against Glorbenspiel. Archer draws a walk on the full count. Good eye, good patience from the right fielder. Slams grounds out to third. Now Hemi Zen will ground out to short. It does advance the runner Archer, so they're at third. But with 2 outs and new fans striking out, it's going to end the inning. Nothing doing here in the bottom of the fourth. California still only 1 hit through 4 innings. And the top of the fifth, the Lemurs are looking to add on to their 4-run lead by getting a leadoff single from Beatty Jr. They have now reached base 3 times in this one. Bullworm walks, and that'll bring up Allen, who's going to fly out to right. First and second with 1 away. Neller Denstro, the shortstop, 2 for 2 today, makes it 3 for 3 day for Neller Denstro. RBI single as Louisville is going to extend their lead to 5. 5-0 for the Lemurs. And McKinnon will ground into a double play to end the half inning, but a 5-0 lead early on for Louisville, and Chadwick's going to take you the rest of the way. Chadwick, you there? Hello?
Yeah, sorry, I was muted.
That's all good.
Holy mackerel. All right, back-to-back doubles for the Firehawks. We'll get them on the board. They're down 5-1. Now another infield single will get runners at the corners. Rocha is going to drive in a run, and they're going to be cornered again. Daniels is now going to plop one in. Runners at first and second. Still no outs for Archer. Archer is going to fly out to right field. Oh, Slams is going to step up to the plate. He's going to ground into a double play. But California gets 3 back and cuts their deficit just to 2 runs after being down 5-0. McDaniel's going to lead this off for the Lemurs, facing Biglet. Going to get an infield single as the ball eats up the third baseman. Hartman is going to fly out to right field. Now bring up the DH, Javier Franco. Going to fly out the very shallow left field. And now Steve-O, the leadoff hitter, is going to watch McDaniel steal second. And now he's going to hit one into the gap, but it's going to get tracked down by the right fielder. So the Firehawks going to go to the bottom of the 6th, down 2 in a shutdown inning. Zen is facing Dax Murphy. He's going to ground out 4-3. New fan, the catcher. It's going to take a walk. That's going to bring up D the Rage. It's going to ground into a double play. Hard luck there. So we're going to go to the top of the 7th. The Lemurs still leading 5-3. Beatty Jr. going to hit one to center. A routine fly ball. Laskin Bullworm, the catcher. Going to ground out to the first baseman. Allen. Going to ground out 4-3, and that's going to end top of the 7th. Stretch time in California. Morgan, the left fielder. Going to fly out to left field, and that's going to bring up Matty Phillips, the second baseman. Going to get a base hit. So that's going to bring up the third baseman, leadoff hitter Roca. Going to fly out to center, and now Daniels will have 2 outs with 1 on to do something here. He's going to pop out into foul territory. And we're going to go to the top of the 8th with the Lemurs with a 5-3 lead. Dinstro going to get another hit. 4 for 4 on the day. McCannon, the second baseman, is going to beat out an infield single on a great play by the shortstop to keep the ball in the infield. But McDaniel now is going to fly out to deep center, keep the runners at first and second for Hartman, who is going to get robbed by the right fielder. Archer robs him. And then Conkling comes in, strikes out Franco, and the California is hanging in there as we go to the bottom of the 8th, trailing just by 2 runs. Archer made the great play. He's going to take a leadoff walk, and that's going to bring 0 slams, facing the new pitcher, Berger. Berger is going to... Did they get the leadoff hitter? They did on the bunt. They took the leadoff hitter. Close play. Zen's going to strike out. Runner at first. 2 down. New fan's going to get a base hit. We're going to go first and third. So we're cornered with 2 outs for D the Rage. And he's going to get robbed by the third baseman. A great play by Hartman to save a run. Go to the top of the 9th, the Steve-O, top of the order. Going to fly out to the center fielder. Beatty Jr.'s got a chance now. And he's going to knock in a base hit up the middle. Bullworm, 1 out, 1 on. He's going to ground out 4-3. No, he beats it. Infield single, 2 on for Josh Allen, who's going to get a base hit. And that is going to get the bases loaded with 1 out for Dinstro, who's 4 for 4. And he won't go 5 for 5, but he's going to get a sac fly. An insurance run for the Lemurs. 2 outs, and they're cornered for Archduke McCannon. He's going to ground out. So California's down 3, down to their last 3 outs, with the left fielder 8-hitter Morgan facing Berger. Morgan's going to get a base hit, so there's hope. Phillips going to keep the rally going. He's going to ground out the first, but he'll move the runner over for Hector Rocha. It's going to be a wild pitch. He's going to get the runner to third. Rocha's going to take a walk. They're cornered with 1 out. Daniels has got a chance to do some damage, and he's going to ground into a... Was it 2 outs? There must have been 2 outs. But the game is over. California cannot come back. They lose 6-3. So you see here, Dinstro with a huge game, 4 for 4 RBI. 2 for 4 for the leadoff hitter from California, then the third baseman with an RBI. Glorbenspiel, your winner. Nitro takes the loss, falling to 1-13. And Berger with a 2-inning save, second of the year. Your player of the game, no surprise, is Neller Dinstro.
As we head around the rest of the minor leagues, we have the Wheelers defeating the Swifties 4-2 here. This was actually a 2-1 lead for the Swifties all the way until the bottom of the 8th, where the Wheelers have a 3-run home run by Giannoulis to take the lead, and they held on to it the rest of the way. Otage goes 3 for 3 with 2 runs and an RBI as well. Wellerman goes 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored with the solo shot in the 3rd inning. Tovernow takes the loss for State College, while Abernathy Jr. gets the win for Anchorage in relief. And Sebastian Otage will be your player of the game.
All right, next up, the Kingpins will get a 11-5 win over the Ranas in a game that featured double-digit hits by both sides. The Kingpins are going to be led by Murphy, the second, the left fielder, going 4 for 6 with 4 RBI, including a 2-run home run. For the Ranas, Cove going 3 for 3 with 3 RBI, themselves also getting a home run. Your winning pitcher is going to be Pecora, and proving to 13-4 with an inning of 5 innings pitched, 1 earned run. Your losing pitcher is going to be Matthews, who gave up 5 runs in just 3 innings. And your player of the game is going to be Kent Murphy the second.
Next up, in 12 innings, the Dillos down the Bears 6-5. Bears actually out hit them 17-14, but it's the runs that matter. RBIs, Whiffington Jr. gets 3 of them, going 4 for 6 for the Dillos. For Bruce City, we have a 3-hit day for Leg. Schlitz takes the loss. A Workston man get holds, able to blow and save, and Sinitara will be your winning pitcher, improving to 3-1 in relief. Tedford Whiffington Jr. is your player of the game.
All right, the Hepcats are going to get a comeback win against the Flamingos, scoring runs in the bottom of the 8th and the bottom of the 9th to get the win. Lawrence is going to get a run-scoring double to get the walk-off. Lawrence goes 3 for 5 with 1 RBI. Mantle goes 3 for 4 with an RBI as well. For the Flamingos, 3 for 4 for Sakudo, the shortstop, inning losing effort with an RBI. Pitching-wise, Kevin Choate's going to get the win out of the bullpen, improving the 2-0. Going to have a blown save, unfortunately, for Hare. And Jashawn's going to take the loss, going to 8-6. Your player of the game is Mitchie Mantle.
All right, so that'll do it for the minor leagues. We'll go ahead and save and go through the majors box scores today. Starting off with the Voyagers, downing the Raptors 8-2 here. 10 hits for them both. 3 RBIs for Palidorus on a 2 for 4 day. DeMars gets 2 runs knocked in. Vacuum gets 3 hits. And Cove on the side of Boise, Why Not Cove, will knock in 2 runs. Neymar Cove will take the loss for Boise, while Anchovy gets the win, and Ness will get their 19th save for New York. Palidorus will be your player of the game.
All right, Providence is going to get a 12-5 win over the Vandals in a game that featured 33 hits.
Ooh.
My goodness. Providence, everybody in the lineup got a hit. We have multiple RBI games from Gonzalez, Fuse, Shiesty, Alou, and Coolcrap. For Vancouver, we got a 2 for 4 and 2 RBI effort from Oatmeal. When we look into the pitching in this game, there's 33 hits. It's not going to be too pretty, I don't think. Although Meta got the win, 9-8, had a pretty good outing. 6 innings pitched, just 4 runs, but gave up those 8 hits. The loss goes to Cove, who falls to 4-17. Gave up 6 runs and 3 1/3. And then he was relieved by a Cove, who gave up 5 runs and 5 hits in 1 inning in a rough outing. And your player of the game is going to be Jordan Gonzalez.
Next up, the Surge defeat the Sloths here 3-0. Sloths limited to only 1 hit. I better see 1 pitcher for the Surge in this one if they're only giving up 1 hit. It's going to be a 1-hit day for the Sloths. Big Vito got the sole single on the side of Buffalo. 3 RBIs for Yaboa on a 2 for 4 day. And 1 hit and 2 walks away from a perfect game is Mayo Hooper with the complete game shutout, getting the win over the Sloths 12-6 on the season. For Hooper with 8 Ks. They'll be your player of the game for sure. And Lila will take the loss for San Antonio.
All right, Toronto going to win 7-3 over OBX. For Toronto, Johnson Jr., 2 for 5, 4 RBI, which included a 3-run homer in the 8th inning. For OBX, multiple RBI day from Khan, the third baseman, going 1 for 4, 2 RBI. Your winning pitcher is going to be Maurer out of the bullpen. Losing pitcher is going to be Otav, who falls to 3-5 and a blown save. Player of the game, Zach Johnson Jr.
Next up over in the Champions Conference, New Orleans Rougarou will defeat the Nashville Stars here 3-2. 2 RBIs for Vidal Valor Jr. on a 2-hit ball game for Nashville. For New Orleans, 2-hit days for Manuel Bang and Faker. Faker getting an RBI as well. Roberts gets the win. Tentacion their 5th save. Azwahe their 10th loss on the season. But they will be your player of the game, only allowing 3 earned runs over 6 innings pitched on 7 hits and a walk, striking out 10. Oh.
All right, DVS is going to hammer Indy. 15-2, including 12 runs in the first 2 innings. 15 runs, 19 hits. For Death Valley, everybody gets a hit. Everybody in the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hitters in the lineup get an RBI. The bottom 2 hitters get RBI. We got home runs from Salmon Arms. Max Power has a multiple home run day, which is to be expected, I guess. For the losing side, just 1 RBI in the leadoff spot from Nitro. Keep a Secret improves to 7-12, going 7 innings, giving him just 2 runs. Simcalis Jr. is gonna, wow, that's one of the roughest starts I've seen. Didn't even make it out of the first inning, gives up 7 runs in 2/3 of an inning, and then Rosali comes in and doesn't provide much relief, giving up 5 runs in 2/3 of an inning. So a rough start there for Indy. Your player of the game is Max Power.
That is the entire Apex bullpen. I just want to point that out.
Yeah.
They have some tired arms going into tomorrow, I have a feeling. Cancun, a 10-8 victory over the Lunar Base Space Rangers. 16 hits to 11 for the Toros. 3 RBIs from Sims, 2 RBIs from Wall and McGillicuddy. Nice job, Chadwick. 3 hits each for Burns and Blue Sky. On the side of Lunar Base, 3 hits for Alvarez with 2 RBIs. Morgan and Buoyant both knock in 2 as well. Fielder will get the win for Cancun. Negs will get their 16th save, and Hypocrites will take their 7th loss on the start for Lunar Base. Blair Buoyant will be your player of the game for this one.
All right, and a rarity today, we have a pitcher's duel where the Demons beat the Sea Serpents 1-0 and a walk-off. No, bottom of the 8th, so not a walk-off, but Vada gets a run-scoring triple in the bottom of the 8th for the winning run. Pitching-wise is your highlight here, right? We got O'Quarters going 7 innings, giving up no runs, 3 hits, 7 Ks. Got a no decision. Bit rough. Otani is going to go 6 1/3. No runs, 4 hits, 6 strikeouts. But your winner is going to be Williams out of the bullpen, goes 2 innings, 2 Ks, no runs. Bright takes the loss, going to 3-3, gives up a run and 1 2/3. But Quentin O'Quarters is going to be your player of the game, going 7 innings of shutout baseball.
And that'll do it for the September 5th. We'll save, advance the day, and save again, going into our next day, which is a quick sim. So we will go ahead and keep on trucking through these box scores. Starting off with the Voyagers defeating the Raptors 20-1.
Whoa.
20-1. We're not in spring training, right? This isn't a spring training game. All right.
New York missed the extra point, I think.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Gave it to Boise.
Oh man. And Boise Raptors somehow got that 1 extra point. 3 home runs for the Voyagers in the bottom of the first inning. Not 3. 2 2-run home runs and a 2-run double from Franklin DeMars. God. Okay, 4 RBIs for Palladores, 4 hits for Rye. We're not going through everything else that happened with New York. Boise, a 2-hit and 1 RBI day from McMagic, and Allen gets 2 hits. Ovechkin takes the loss. Parko gets the win for New York. I'm curious about something. Hold on.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen when I've streamed that New York, everybody had an RBI. Which is pretty wild.
Yes, they did. Yeah, everyone contributed. Well, when you have 20 runs, it kind of makes sense that you're going to have everyone contribute. All of the Boise arms in the bullpen were used in this one. Parko gets the win for New York, only allowing 1 earned run over 7.1 innings pitched and striking out 12. And Squints Pallador is your player of the game.
All right, the Crabs are going to get a 10-4 win over the Vandals. For Providence, Shiesty Jr. is going to go 3 for 4 with 3 RBI. And Allie Gator is going to go 1 for 3 with 3 RBI. And that is a home run, of course, for both Gator and Shiesty Jr. On the losing end, you got Wash with the goatee, the shortstop, going 1 for 4, 2 RBI. Ferris Bueller Jr. going 1 for 4 with 2 RBI as well. Your winning pitcher is going to be Torrent, who went 8 innings, giving up just 3 runs, 10 Ks. And Lothbrok's going to take the save, falling to 1-19 with an ERA now of 11. That is high, unfortunately for them. Shiesty Jr., your player of the game.
And I want to point out that we do have 2 milestone hits here for the Crabs as well. Pax Torrent just got their 125th win on the career, so congratulations to Pax Torrent. And Whiskey Fuse needed 4 runs in this stream to get to 600 runs. And with these 2, they now have reached that milestone. So congratulations on 600 runs on the career, Whiskey Fuse. Continuing on, Buffalo Surge, we had a 5-3 victory over the Sloths. Sloths actually out hitting the Surge here 10-7, much better than their 1 hit yesterday. Marcus goes 3 for 4 with an RBI on the side of the Sloths. For Buffalo, 2 hits and an RBI for Forbes Jr., also with a walk. Quest will take the loss for San Antonio on the start. Clifton will get the win, improving to 12-7. Dedendex the hold, Chapler their second save, and Dolores Clifton will be your player of the game.
Right. Johnson Jr. has a big game as the Pathfinders win 13-2. Johnson Jr. goes 4 for 5 with 5 RBI, including a grand slam in the 8th inning for him. 2 RBIs from Mite. Let's see here. Lewis and Ixon also getting 2 RBI for Outer Banks. RBIs from Kim, Khan, and that is all. Your Toronto winning pitcher is going to be Starscream, who went 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, struck out 7. Your losing pitcher is going to be Sheets, who went 5 1/3, gave up 4 earned runs, but 6 in total. And Zach Johnson Jr. is your player of the game.
Next up, the Nashville Stars defeat the Rougarous 8-5 here. 11 hits apiece for these 2 teams. 3 for 4 day for Vidal Valor Jr. with an RBI and a run scored. I feel like I've been saying their name a lot this stream. They're having a good one. Steiner with 2 RBIs. On the side of New Orleans, 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs for Manuel Bang. And Faker goes 3 for 4. Lycan takes a loss, falling to 2-15 on the season. Phil Donahue gets their 11th win of the season, and Hitotsu Unagi their 13th save. Manuel Bang, your player of the game.
All right, Death Valley is going to get a 9-2 win over the Apex. Hard, the second baseman, is going 2 for 4, 3 RBI. Multiple RBI game also from Salmon Arms, the catcher, going 1 for 4. On the losing side, top of the order, 2 hits by Nitro, Jew the Jew, Milligan, and Pico there. but no one else getting them much support. Your winning pitcher is going to be Tsunami for the Death Valley, going 7 1/3, giving up just 2 runs, and your losing pitcher on the other side is going to be Stun Gun, who gave up 8 runs, 6 earned, and 4 2/3. Player of the game is Rake Hard.
Next up, Lunar Base, a 10-5 victory over the Cancun Toros. 10 hits to 9 in that regard. Arthur Morgan goes 3 for 3 with 3 runs and 3 RBIs and only 2 walks. We need one more there. Alvarez 1 for 5 with 3 RBIs. Both great days at the plate for those two. Cancun, a 3 for 5 day for Schmidt with a run scored. Blue Sky knocks in 2 and scores twice. Sampson takes the loss. Mano Wright gets the win for Lunar Base. Marched in their 17th save. And the player of the game is Arthur Morgan. Top of the Morgan to ya.
All right, in a rare close game here, the Serpents are going to get a 4-3 win over the Demons. Their big damage comes in the 3rd inning where they scored 3 runs there. Babbitt Person, 3 for 4, 2 RBI. RBI from Hayes as well on the losing end. RBIs from Dogwood, Torres, and Ruiz, but Burnside, the DH, goes 3 for 5, scores a run. Pitching-wise, Bear version 2.0 is going to take the win out of the bullpen, improving to 8-1 on the season. Bouchard is going to get the save, and Hugh Mann is going to take the loss, falling to 11-9. The player of your game is Bob Person.
That does it for the majors on the 6th. So we'll check in with the minor leagues and quick sim their games today as well. Starting off with the Wheelers defeating the Swift Steeds 4-0, despite the Swift Steeds actually out-hitting the Wheelers 11-6. 11 hits, but no runs for State College. 3 hits for McCringle Berry and 2 each for Joy, Andrews Jr., and Barrow. For Anchorage, a 1 for 4 day for La Rosa, but that one was a 3-run homer. Lee adds on a solo shot at the bottom of the order. McChapperson takes a loss for State College, while Lohr goes 6 shutout innings, only allowing 9 hits and striking out 5. Kinsella will get their 5th save, and Guy Manuel Lohr is your player of the game.
All right, the Lemurs are going to get a 5-3 win over the Firehawks. Josh Allen's going to go 2 for 4 with a 4 RBI, and that is a grand slam in the 1st inning.
Ooh.
For the Firehawks, Archer has a strong game, going 3 for 5 with 2 RBI and a losing effort. Your winning pitcher out of the bullpen is going to be Crown, who improves to 6 4. Kratz going to get their 2nd save of the year, and Steven Schlossberg is going to take the loss, falling to 3-11, despite having a pretty respectable 4.13 ERA. Your player of the game, Josh Allen.
Next up, Flamingos win at Kansas City 10-6. Home crowd going home not too happy as they saw the away team smack 19 hits. Hits all around for Florida. Everyone getting at least 2 except for Riston, who goes 1 for 4. 4 RBIs for D. Fernandez, the number 2 hitter in the Flamingos lineup. For Kansas City, 2 RBIs for Taz and 2 hits and an RBI for Harper. Melgar takes the loss on the start, while Stoner gets the win for Florida. Neither pitcher doing too well, though, on their starts. D. Fernandez will be your player of the game for this one.
Bruce City is going to get an 8-1 win over the Dillos. Multiple hit games from Houndstreamer, Argent, McRoids and stuff, including 4 RBIs from McRoids and stuff, who had a 3-run homer in the 4th inning. And in losing effort, we got an RBI from Gordon, the DH, who went 2 for 4 with 1 RBI. Your winning pitcher is going to be Moore, who went 6 1/3, giving up just one earned run. And Salad is going to be your loser, falling to 9-9. Your player of the game is Chingus McRoids and stuff.
And the last minor league game of the day for September 6th, a 5-0 victory for the Kingpins over the Ranas, 10-5 on the hits column. Not really anything to write home about for the Puerto Rico lineup in this one, but Chicago, they had a 2-hit and 2 RBI day performance from Dawson, the DH, and 2 hits each from Honkball and Murphy II. Heiderscheid takes the win with 6 shutout innings. Yosh gets their 4th save, and Artemis Aria will fall to 7-10 on the season. Vincent Heiderscheid will be your player of the game. I'll do it for September 6th. We'll go ahead and save, advance, and save again as we head on into our final streamed game of the day. That being the Chicago Kingpins taking on the Puerto Rico Ranas. Kingpins are 67-34, 35-18 on the road. They came into today's stream number 2 in the power rankings, just behind the Dillos, but holding the best record in the minors, which still holds true to this date in the sim. Puerto Rico Ranas, on the other hand, are 43-58. They were 9th out of 10 minors teams in the power rankings coming into the sim, and they currently hold the 3rd worst record, only being now at Kansas City by 2 games and State College by 3. We're going to see Luna Jose Rodriguez Ortiz on the mound for the Chicago Kingpins, while Ichabod Cranepool will take to the mound for the Ranas. And surprisingly, despite Chicago being number 2 in the power rankings and the Ranas being number 9 in the power rankings coming into this stream, Ranas actually seem to have the advantage on the head-to-head, 6-4 over the Kingpins, with Chicago only leading in the 2, 6, 9, and pitcher positions. What do you make of this, Chadwick? Is this just a underperforming Ranas squad that are much better than their record appears?
The computer makes you think that way. Just looking at their stats here. I mean, look, they got 1, 2, 3, 4. Top 4 guys in their lineup are hitting over 300. So, yeah, maybe a hard luck year for the Ranas.
Yeah, it looks to be the case. Kingpins do have a couple of 300 hitters themselves, with Evanescence and Scotty Sterling in the 1 and 3 positions, as well as Anthony Simmons, the 3rd down there in the 8 spot. But it's not as concentrated as the first part of that Ranas lineup. And with a couple of not so great seasons at the bottom of the lineup between these last 3, it's possible that it's just a very top-heavy lineup that isn't able to carry through the runs throughout the season that the Ranas were potentially hoping for. And you're looking at the pitching too. It's quite a bit of a difference between Ortiz and Cranepool specifically. I mean, Cranepool was 4-9 with a 5.09 ERA. They'll probably be looking to bounce back from that next season. But Ortiz, 11-6 with a 3.39 ERA, has been really, really good for the Kingpins this year. And against Puerto Rico specifically, it's a 2-0 record with a 1.5 ERA. So they do very well against these Ranas bats. So maybe even being able to quell these top 4 in the Ranas lineup could be a big benefit for the Kingpins in this game. But I think we're about ready to head on into game. We do have our prediction, which is not being able to be seen on my end because my Twitch app is weird.
It is total hits over under 19.5.
Okay, 19.5 total hits in this one. So be sure to get your last minute predictions in now. I'm going to go ahead and get in on the prediction here too. I'm just going to go ahead and put, I don't know, we'll go 100 on the 100 on the under. We'll see how that goes. 19.5 is a lot of hits, so we'll see if these two teams can deliver. But I'll be taking you through the second half. So, Chadwick, you ready to start things off in the first half of this game?
Let's get to it.
All right, take it away.
All right, Cranepool is going to be facing the center fielder Essence for the Kingpins as we start this final stream of the night. Essence is going to ground out to the first baseman unassisted. Blanco, the shortstop's on fire, is going to step in. He's going to ground out 6-3. I'll bring up Scotty Sterling, 19 home runs, 70 RBI in the air, and that doesn't matter now. He strikes out. So, Ortiz is now going to face Stern, the center fielder for Puerto Rico. He's going to take a leadoff walk. Cove's going to step in. He's going to ground out to the pitcher, but no, he beats it out, an infield sinker. And now De Jong is going to hammer one to the gap. It's a 3-run bomb. So there we go. There's the Rana's top of the order we were talking about. All getting on base. 3-run bomb by De Jong. And now Thomas, the catcher, is going to step up. He's going to ground out 6-3, and that's the first out in the inning. Barry, the DH, is going to draw a walk. And it's going to bring up Borowski. The right fielder is going to hammer one to center, but it's going to be tracked down. There's going to be 2 outs for Stern, the third baseman. He's going to get a base hit. That's going to move the runner to third. First and third for Justice Jr. It's going to fly out to left. It's been a very productive inning for Puerto Rico as they score 3 runs on the 3-run bomb. Honkball, the second baseman, is going to lead off against Cranepool. Going to ground out 4-3. Murphy, the second, going to fly out to right field. It's going to bring up the catcher, Kidd. It's going to fly out in the infield. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Cranepool. Go to the bottom of the second now, where Quinn, the 9-hitter, and the shortstop, is going to ground out to first base. Pitcher assisting. Stern, the leadoff hitter, is going to get a second at bat of the game, and he's going to ground out to the catcher. Cove is going to strike out on a 1-2 count. Go to the top of the third, where Dawson, the DH for the Kingpins, is going to fly out on a line drive to center there. Simmons, the first baseman, is going to ground out. And now Alexander, the third baseman, is going to ground out to his counterpart. And it's a 1-2-3 inning again for Cranepool. De Jong is going to step in and draw a walk. Thomas, the catcher, is going to get a base hit, and that's going to get runners at first and second with no outs for the DH Barry, who is going to ground out into a fielder's choice, but he'll move the runners to second and third for Berezowski. He's going to get a base hit. It's going to score 1 run. They'll hold the runner at third. They're cornered for Stern. Stern's going to hit a ball that's going to get the lead runner at second. I know he didn't tap on first, but a run will score. Justice is going to strike out, but Puerto Rico tags on 2 more runs to take a 5-0 lead as we're at the top of the fourth. Leadoff hitter for Chicago is going to fly out to deep center field on the track. Blanco is going to fly out to center. Can we get the hat trick? Sterling is going to strike out. And Cranepool is pitched now 4 scoreless innings. Ooh, Quinn's going to get robbed by the right fielder. Sterling with a nice play. Stern now is going to fly out to deep center. And now Cove, the left fielder, is going to fly out to his counterpart. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. And through 4 innings, it's 5-0 Puerto Rico. Go to the top of the 5th here. Honkball. It's going to ground out 4-3. And now we get a base hit. Murphy gets the first hit of the game for Chicago on the infield. Kidd is now going to fly out to center. Dawson, 2 on, 1 out. He's going to hit a ball into the gap in the right center, and it is gone. 399 feet. The Ranas will still lead 5-2, but that cuts into their lead on the home run. Cranepool now going to give up a double down the line to Simmons. And Alexander has a chance with a runner in scoring position at 2 outs. He'll bloop it in. Is it going to score a run? It will. He'll take second on the throw. It's 5-3, and it's the top of the order. Essence going to ground out 6-3. That'll end the inning, but Chicago's back in this game. I'm going to hand you over to AJ.
And the Kingpins on the comeback trail here with 3 runs in the top of the 5th, but a deep drive to left center by the Puerto Rico Ranas. Quentin DeJong says, we're not out of this yet. We're going to keep a hold of a much larger lead than just 2 runs. A 3-run lead once again for the Ranas off the bat of Quentin DeJong. Big Hurt Thomas strikes out against Goat Bisky, and now it's going to be Griffin Berry grounding out to the third baseman. Berezowski now. The ground ball to second base. Knocking it down is Hunk Ball, but unable to make the play. That's going to go as an infield single, but Berezowski is picked off. Side is retired. 1 run, nobody left on. It was the solo shot by DeJong that makes this a 6-3 ball game. 3-run lead for the Ranas, and the Kingpins are back to the back with their noses to the grindstone, trying to get manufacture some runs here in the top of the 6th. Beating the throw at third is Blanco after getting on board. A single by Sterling will advance him along. Honk ball pops out, and now it's going to be Murphy the second with runners at the corners and 1 away. Deep fly ball left field caught. Throw to the plate. Safe at the plate. The animation on that made me think otherwise, but now 6-4 as the Kingpins add on another run. We head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Puerto Rico now only leads by 2. Their lead the narrowest it's been all game since the since after the 5th anyway. And with the first 2 outs, it's going to be Wesley Quinn drawing a walk on a 3-1 pitch. Professor Farnsworth enters the ball game and immediately surrenders a hit to Sterling Stern. Waineas Cove with a base hit. Ranas are going to score that run back. Waineas Cove with their 50th RBI on the season. Very impressive. Multiple players on their team, though, with 60 RBIs. Quentin DeJong will draw a walk, and now the bases are loaded with 2 outs. And that one's going to get past the diving second baseman. Big Hurt Thomas is going to bring 2 home. 2 RBI single by Big Hurt Thomas, and Puerto Rico now extends their lead to 5 runs. And a deep drive to left will increase it even farther. Griffin Berry with a 3-run shot to left. 15th home run of the season, 388 feet for this one. And the Ranas with 6 runs in the bottom half of the inning. The Phantom comes in to finally, mercifully end the bottom half of the 6th inning. But the Ranas, after this game was 6-4, now it's 12-4. An 8-run lead for the Puerto Rico Ranas in this one. And 2 quick groundouts by the Kingpins, followed by a strikeout by Jalexi Alexander, makes it so that the Kingpins only have 6 outs to work with in the 8th and the 9th, 3 outs apiece to make up this 8-run deficit. Possibly more if the Ranas can continue to keep scoring like they have been. Their offense is just putting on a clinic so far in this one. 12 runs on 11 hits. Quick 1-2-3 inning for their offense, though. We'll finish off the 7th inning. Top of the 8th, Chicago looking to put a dent in this 8-run lead. There's the first of the 3 outs in this one. Blanco, high pop fly to left center, shallow. Stern is going to take charge and put that one away. That's out number 2. Stern going to grab onto out number 3, and we'll head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Not looking good for the Kingpins. They'll need to score at least 8 in the top of the 9th. Puerto Rico can make their job even tougher here if they score some more. Sterling Stern on board with a single. Now it's Waineas Cove. Runner on first. No one out. Quickly turns into no one on base with 2 outs. As a 6-4-3 double play clears the base paths. Quentin DeJong walks, and now it's going to be Big Hurt Thomas with a grounder into a fielder's choice. Nothing on 1 hit for Puerto Rico. 12-4 lead for the Ranas as we head to the top of the 9th. Kingpins looking for something big here in the top of the 9th inning with a quick ground out by their number 4 hitter. It's not what they were looking for. Murphy the second will ground out as well, and the Kingpins are down to their last out. It's going to be Christ Kidd. And a fly out to center field is going to do it. Puerto Rico, this game was close after the top of the 6th, but That bottom half of the 6th inning just blew the door wide open, and the Ranas are going to run away with this one, 12-4. Big days for the Ranas offense. Cranepool will get the win for Puerto Rico, while Ortiz takes the loss for Chicago. Both starting pitchers gain the decision. Quentin DeJong will be your player of the game. And that will finish off our last streamed game of the day. We'll continue around the rest of the minor league with the box scores, starting off with Chadwick taking you through the first one.
All right, the Flamingos are going to get a 6-3 loss to the Hepcats. The Hepcats are going to have a nice game here from Lawrence, the shortstop, going 3 for 4, 3 RBI, including a 2-run homer in the 6th inning. For Florida, Nash DeVille is going to go 1 for 4, 2 RBI in a losing effort. Your winning pitcher is going to be Garoppolo, proves to 3-9 on the year. Your losing pitcher is going to be Green, falling to 10-10. And your player of the game is your winning pitcher, Garoppolo.
Next up, the Lemurs defeat the Firehawks 7-3 here. 2 RBIs, the only 2 RBIs for the Firehawks coming from Jeff Lumo, new fan. For the Lemurs, 2 RBIs each for Beatty Jr. and Allen. Porkman will get the win, Murphy the hold, Pitt the loss, falling to 2-12 on the season. Archduke McCannon will be your player of the game. I don't think I mentioned them, but they went 2 for 3 with an RBI, a run scored, and a walk.
All right, Anchorage is going to get a 6-2 win over State College. Looks like your performer for Anchorage is Wallace, the center fielder, going 2 for 4 with 3 RBI. For State College, RBIs from Wellerman and Knockram in a losing effort. Your winning pitcher is going to be Fisher, saved Abernathy Jr., and your losing pitcher, Bones, or is it Bonus, like the old Ricky Bonus? That's a good question. Your player of the game is Herbert Fisher.
And the last minor league game of the day is going to be a victory for the Dillos in extra innings. 12 innings needed to down the Bears, but they win it 6-5 in a walk-off. Run scoring single in the bottom of the 12th by Toksum. 3 for 7 day for Kirby Bernard with an RBI, 3 for 6 with an RBI for Murphy, and 3 for 6 with 2 RBIs from Toksum, all on the side of the Dillos. For the Brew City Bears, 2 hits and 2 RBIs for Guile, and then the Streamer goes 2 for 5 with an RBI. Schlitz takes the loss, Sinatara will get the win, Abel the blown save, and Grand Slamdolf will be your player of the game. Don't think I mentioned them, but they went 2 for 4 with a RBI, a run scored, and 3 walks. And
okay, the Aviators are going to get a 5-1 win over Toronto in the majors here. The Aviators are going to be paced by Kim, the catcher, going 3 for 4 with 1 RBI. Carew going 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs as well. In a losing effort, Pilsudski is going to go 1 for 3 with the lone RBI. Hangman's going to get the win, improving to 5-13. Otav is going to get a save, 10th of the year. Psyduck is going to fall to 10-11. And your player of the game is Adam Hangman, going 7 2/3, giving up just 1 run with 10 Ks.
Next up, the Crabs get an 11-3 victory over the Vandals. 16 hits for them in this one. 6 RBIs on a 4 for 4 day for Santiago Benito. I think I know who your player of the game is going to be. Just a little bit of a thought there. On the side of Vancouver, a 2 RBI day for Gabriel Catcher Scudder. Jerry Riggs will take the loss. James Daly will get the win, improving to 11-7 on the start for Providence, only allowing 1 earned run over 6.2. And Santiago Benito, of course, will be your player of the game.
The Surge are going to have a 7-1 win against the Sloths. The home team is going to get multi-RBI efforts from Dinstro, as well as Calavera, the second baseman, going 3 for 4, 3 RBI. For San Antonio, Multi-hit games for Lawn Pipe and Vito in a losing effort. Your winning pitcher for the Surge is Claudaddy, improving to 3-6. A save by Schramm, and your losing pitcher is Sauberg. Player of the game is Manny Calavera.
Next up, the Voyagers defeat the Raptors 10-3. Not as bad as the 20-1 victory the other day, but still quite a big victory for New York. 2 hits and 2 RBI from Palidorus, and then 2 hits and 1 RBI for Dion, Cove, and Cove. Boise with 3 RBIs, 2 for 4 day from Stubby McGuire. And hey, there's a home run. Stubby McGuire has now reached 300 on the career. Big congratulations to Stubby McGuire reaching that 300 home run mark on the career. Much congratulations to McGuire. Crawford will get the win. We have another milestone as well in this one. Crawford reaching 1250 innings pitched on the career. Milestones to celebrate on both sides of this one. Rye also adds 2 walks, which means we have another milestone of 550 walks on the career for Beef Rye. So 3 milestones hit in this game. Crawford with 1250 innings pitched, Rye with 550 walks, and McGuire with 300 home runs. Congratulations to all 3 of you. Tiny Chef takes the loss following a 2-17, and Xavier Crawford will be your player of the game, only allowing 1 run on 7.1 innings pitched.
The Stars are going to get a 7-3 win over New Orleans. 43 and a quarter is going to go 2 for 3, with 4 RBI. And that includes a grand slam in the first inning, which will lead them to victory. For New Orleans, RBI from Brennan, Windsor, and Randberg. For Nashville, starting pitcher Randall Jr. is going to get the win, improving to 5-2. Eshelman Jr. is going to get the loss, falling to 2-15 on the year. And your player of the game is going to be Jose, 43 and a quarter.
Next up, the Scorpions will get a 10-5 victory in extra innings. Not that often you see that big of a discrepancy in the run column in an extra inning game, but 5 runs in the top of the 11th for the Scorpions. And nothing answered back from the Apex in the bottom half of that inning. Ileski goes 3 for 4. Pico gets 2 RBIs for Indianapolis. For Death Valley, 3 RBIs on a 3 for 6 day for Brandbill Ostman, the center fielder. Kuma and Valero knock in 2 runs, and Slammer goes 3 for 5. Petrovic gets the win. Rosali takes the loss for Indianapolis, and Kuma will be your player of the game. Indianapolis once again using all 5 of their bullpen arms in this one.
All right, Cancun is going to get a 6-4 win over Lunar Base. We have multiple RBI game from Jackson, the shortstop, in the leadoff spot, going 2 for 5. And then RBIs as well from Blue Sky, JJ Schmidt, Greenwall, and Sims. For Lunar Base, RBIs from Alvarez, Chains, and Newman, as well as Buoyant and Cross Erickson at the bottom of the order. Montaigne's going to get another win in the stream, improving to 12-8. Your loss is going to go to Macarena, who falls to 11-3. He's been having a great year, so a rare loss there. And Nova Montaigne is going to be your player of the game.
And the last box score for today's stream. The Detroit Demons will take down the Sea Serpents 4-0 in is the final. 2 RBIs each for Dogwood and Jolly. Torres goes 3 for 4. On the side of Seattle, not a whole lot going on there. A couple of hits scattered and 2 walks for Babbitt person, I guess. Toll will take the loss. Page will get the win for Detroit. 7 shutout innings for them. 4 hits and 3 walks given up. They will be your player of the game at Demon's Lair at Laser Park. And that is going to do it for today's stream, because September 8th, our last day of the stream, the Quick Sim is actually a travel day for both the majors and the minors. So we are all finished. let's take a look at the standings for both sides real quick before we start the upload, because I'm sure people will yell at me about that if I don't. Buffalo Surge have now clinched a playoff spot. The East remains up for grabs between them and the Voyagers. No additional teams were eliminated in the Legends. Or the Champions, actually. All teams that were in it for the majors are still in it. Although I'm sure some teams are faring a bit better than others. Lunar Base and Lunar Base and Detroit were already in. Well, Detroit was just about in, but now they've officially clinched a playoff spot. And then Cancun also clinches a playoff spot as well. Their division's still up for grabs between them and the Scorpions, but it's gonna be pretty close for the Toros. It's going to be pretty tough for the Scorpions to get this one. Toros magic number only at 1 there. But there we have it for the majors. We'll take a look at the minors standings as well. Coming into the stream, we had 5 teams already in, those being the Dillos, the Kingpins, the Wheelers, the Flamingos, and the Lemurs. And that is exactly where we remain for the minor leagues. Brew City Bears are potentially looking to inch their way in. Their magic number is 4 for the remaining 6 games of the season. State College Swifties have officially been eliminated from contention. California already was coming into the stream. But State College is now officially eliminated as well. And the Hepcats are right on the brink there. They're not looking too good, but it's going to be Bears or Puerto Rico Ranas most likely. Hepcats are going to need to put in quite a bit of work to try and get that last spot, but it is still possible for them. In terms of if we want to put a percentage to this, it's 96.4%, the Bears, 3.6% for the Ranas. Hepcats aren't even listed for this one. For the majors, pennant chase, let's see, Crabs playoff percentages are at 87.4%, and the Sloths are at 12.6% for that last playoff spot for the Legends. And then the conferences, and then the division for the East at least is up for grabs. But the Voyagers' magic number for that is at 1. For the Champions Conference, Lunar Base magic number is 3 to clinch the East, but they and the Demons will both be in the playoffs 100%. And then and Cancun will also be in the playoffs with their magic number for the division being 1. Scorpions have an 80.5% chance of making the playoffs, while the Sea Serpents have a 19.4% outside chance of making it instead. But that's going to do it for us. We'll go ahead and save and then go ahead and start the upload, but want to give a big shout out and thanks to all of our mod team with the predictions tonight, as well as a big thank you to Double Dub specifically for the stats team for the milestone tracking tonight, and a big thank you to you as well, Chadwick, for co-hosting tonight. Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was great, and good job for you on keeping up on all the milestones. I don't know how you did that.
Thank you. I tried. I think we only had 3 players not hit their milestones. So all the rest of them that were on the preview screen for tonight's stream were made, except for those 3. But also a big thank you to you, chat, for sticking around to this point. We had a raid earlier on. I think there's still probably a couple of raiders sticking around, but if you liked what you saw and you haven't created a player yet, go ahead and join our Discord. We'll be happy to have you. We can help you create your player. You do tasks from week to week that are very short. Usually I only spend about a half hour per week on these tasks to try and earn as well as you can, and increase your player stats as that happens. You'll get drafted by a major league team, potentially a minor league team as well, but you might get claimed off of waivers that instead, if you depending on when in the season you choose to create. But you'll go through the draft process for at least the majors, maybe even the minors as well, and you'll join a team, get scouted, potentially see your player win some awards or even get into the Hall of Fame. And we have plenty of jobs open for any new players that want to, any new users that want to come on in. Those will help you earn money to help your player improve. like even what Chadwick and I are doing right now with the streams and what the mods are doing in the chat with all their predictions. These are all jobs that you could potentially have to help increase the earnings for your players. So it is very fun. It is very enjoyable. I've been doing this for... I've been in the league since season 18, which doesn't feel real that it's now season 44. But it's been a fun time for sure the entire time that I've been here. So please, if you're even considering joining, give it a try. You might find that you enjoy it a lot more than you might think. But other than that, how's everyone doing? Chadwick, how are you doing tonight?
Good. Yeah, and while this is loading, we'll just so again, right? We'll have the playoff based on Saturday for everybody in the minors and the majors, and then tomorrow night it'll be Nazbase and I will be doing some prospect league. So if you could sign up tonight, and you could be in the prospect league tomorrow.
Is it really that quick of a turnaround for the prospect league?
It could be. I mean, it depends on how bad we want to get Nazbase to work. He's pretty good at getting them in. So we'll see. He's in the chat still, so we'll see. I don't know. I don't want to overwork him.
Yeah, Nazbase, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about that quick turnaround?
Yeah. Let's flaunt Nazbase with all kinds of new players to create for tomorrow night's stream. We'll be on the call tomorrow night. Yeah, see, he says, yeah, he'll do it. So you can see yourself in the game tomorrow in the Prospect League as Nazbase and I look at the future stars of the league, today.
Nice. Well, I was tempted. You're tempting me with this pitch to actually like recreate with my next player, but I think Wendy might have one more season in her. Maybe we're gonna see. But I think Wendy's probably only got one more season left in her before I think she auto retires actually. So my player eventually might wind up in the Prospect League at some point. Do Recreates join the Prospect League? Or is it all just new players?
I think Recreates do too.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
I could have sworn that Wendy wasn't on a Prospect League team when I recreated that time, but maybe I'm wrong and just wasn't paying attention. Okay,
yeah,
okay, Recreates do join.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention to that time.
Oh yeah, it's fun. So yeah, tomorrow night, Nazbase and I will have a bunch of new crazy names to learn, and that's the fun part of it.
Nice. Always some fun names, especially in the minor leagues.
And then the question is, well, how many coves will we have? Right, that's another thing.
I've been noticing actually a decrease in coves recently. I haven't seen as many in the draft. Let me pull up the compendium real quick, see if there's any in the upcoming draft.
But yeah, so it should be good. So we'll be winding down this season, and then we'll be looking towards the future tomorrow.
Let's see, draftees. I am not seeing any coves in this upcoming draft class. Interesting.
Yeah, draft base is saying 2.
Oh,
no coves the last 2 seasons.
Okay.
So that's your challenge, somebody. Let's get a new cove.
Well, it won't be me. No disrespect to Evok, but I've already got a plan for my next player. So, but yeah, as mentioned by Chadwick, Prospect League is tomorrow night, and playoff race is Saturday. It's going to be Nazbase and Chadwick tomorrow for the Prospect League, and then Lumosity Fan and HBJ for the playoff race on Saturday. And then next week is going to be the playoffs. We don't actually have a streamer scheduled so far for Tuesday's playoffs, but we will have one eventually. And then I'll be back 1 week from today with the semifinals at the same time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Yajakov has a ring to it. Oh, don't tempt me, Nazbase. Don't tempt me. And then Saturday on January 6th, we'll be having both our World Series streams as usual. The Minors World Series at 1 p.m. Eastern Time with Rabid Sponge, and then the Majors World Series will be later on that evening. Other Prospect League dates are Monday, January 1st, Wednesday, January 3rd, January 5th, 8th, 10th, and 12th as well. So be sure, there are plenty of streams to watch for PBE content coming up in the coming days. And soon even we'll be seeing the drafts for Season 45 and the award stream for Season 44. Those are coming up soon. Kind of surprising that it's coming to the end of Season 44 this soon. I don't even know how you pronounce that for Nas-based Cove. Isabsan? I'm going to go with that. Isabsan Cove. Oh, Nas-based has plans for their next name. Is it first name Nas, last name Based? Like baseball? I don't know. Nas based. Nas is based, especially with the big raid coming. Hey, Thomas, stream went well. We had not really too many crazy things happening.
Oh, we had a lot of walk-offs.
A lot of walk-offs. Very true.
Yeah, fair few walk-offs. A lot of high-scoring games, low-scoring games. A good mix.
Stubby McGuire got to 300 home runs. We had lots of milestones. Stellan Apollo got 1,000 hits. It's a name you're surprised no one has used. Well, now I'm very interested in Ozbase.
Oh, man.
I'm very interested. Swifties are out, so we burned down the Kingpin Stadium. Why the Kingpins specifically? Are the Kingpins and Swifties like major rivals? Is that? I'd be curious to... I would be curious to hear like a media piece where someone did research and like polled the locker room of every majors and minors team to find out who they saw as their biggest rival.
Ooh, yeah.
That would be a very interesting media piece, I feel like. Oh, I see. Weatherman Scotty, yeah, Weatherman and Scotty, you two have been going at it in the chat recently, haven't you? All right, fair enough, I guess. Bruce City and the Ronas, really? I would have thought if Bruce City had a rivalry with anyone, I would have thought it would have been two other teams not named the Ronas. I would have thought either Lemurs, because they're the expansion teams, the most recent expansion teams, I should say, or Kingpins, specifically due to location proximity. But Bears and the Ronas are an interesting pairing. Did everyone in the chat have a good holiday? How about you, Chadwick? Did you have a good holiday?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Nice.
Survived it. Now we're on the New Year's.
Yeah. A party on weekend. T-Den Destroyer, thank you very much for subscribing at Tier 1. 17-month streak, much appreciated. Glad to hear you had a good holiday. It's not over yet. Wow. Did you take a big trip, I take it? Over 2,000 innings for Benjamin, so my new nickname is AB2K. Was that a this stream thing? Did you just now get to 2,000? Why was that not on the milestone tracker? Oh, no, you reached it last sim. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Did it show on the recent milestones? Hold on, let me go back to the main. Oh, yeah, there it is. 2,000 innings pitched. Congratulations, Thomas. And there's the home run logo spinning up as usual. Oh, man. Well, now I'm curious. Career innings pitched. Walker Cato at 24-26 innings pitched. Alexander Benjamin is number 29 overall. And I think he had a few innings this one, so he might have moved up to 28. Maybe higher, actually. We shall see. He's not even close to done yet, is he? Well, he's 35. Wait, Hummus, what regression class is Benjamin? Is he 30? Season 30? Okay, yeah, he is 30. Recently we did a, I posted a trivia question in the Sloth's locker room. Believe it or not, there are only 6 active players who still have a season, who still have a regression class that is in the 20s for seasons. Like, once those 6 players retire, we'll have no more active players in the season 20s for regression classes. They'll all be 30s or more recent. I'm trying to find the list that I posted. If anyone wants to guess which 6 players. There's one from... Oh, here it is. There's one from season 28, and there's 5 from season 29. But one of them just retired, so they won't be around next season. If anyone wants to post their guesses on any of those 6 players. Nosbase has 1. There's Crocs Out. Crocs Out is one of the 6. One of the 5 season 29ers. Chadwick, you got any guesses?
No, I can't even hazard one. No.
All right. So, Kevin Larson, no. Not B. Fry either. All right, looks like the upload finished the first part anyway, so running out of time, chat, while we finish this upload. Marvell is 1, yeah. I was gonna say, if we didn't get it before the end of the stream, I was gonna say, here's a hint. Look in the bottom left of the stream's display. There's one right there. Marvell is 1. We got Marvell, we got Crocs Out. There's 4 more. You guys are still missing the season 28 player. Who's a really, really old player that's been around forever? Think Buffalo. They are currently at 406 TPE. Soon to be less. Shram, yeah, there you go. Nosbase got it. That's the season 28. So there's 3 more in season 29 that are still active, besides Marvell and Crocs Out. You only got a few more seconds before the upload finishes. Nope, not Rick Slammer. Alright, update has finished. I'll leave it for y'all to discover if you want to go look for it and search for it. If you can't find, not Juos's player, no, San Antonio is a lot more recent. Well, not a lot more recent, but more recent than that. If you can't find those remaining players, DM me and I'll send you the answers. But but only 6 players remain, and one of them is going to be retiring at the end of the season. So another season 20. ish regression class, or will be biting the dust soon in retirement. But thank you all for watching. Be sure to tune into the Prospect League tomorrow night and Saturday's playoff race stream. We will see you all then. Take care, everyone. Bye.